morning students. Today we will discuss about the structural and functional units of this plasma membrane. Right? What are the main structure of the plasma membrane? Okay. This plasma membrane is one of the most important component of a cell. Isn't it? Yes. Right ma'am? Mainly, first of all is a first of all our topic is cell biology. The complete syllabus of this first unit regarding to total about this cell. Okay, the study of the cell is known as cytology. Right now, that's why here cell in the first unit, first topic is ultrastructure of animal cell. It is over, and the next another important topic in our unit 1, that is plasma membrane. The structure and function of a plasma membrane. Right now. Right. Plasma membrane. Okay. This plasma membrane, may I write here in a shortcut, that is PM, not Prime Minister. Okay. This structure and function of a plasma membrane. First of all, we define this plasma membrane and who is coined the term and who is proposed this term, that is a plasma membrane. Right, ma'am? Here, plasma membrane is outermost coverage of the cell. Right now, it is a layer, it is a covered layer or envelope of the cell. We are just simply known about this plasma membrane. It is a simple envelope of the cell. But when we learn more and more in depth in scientific use, right, this plasma membrane was also known as a cell membrane. Okay, this term cell membrane was coined by the scientists. Those are Cramer and Nageli. C. Cramer and Nageli. These two scientists are coined the term in the year of 1853 to 55. Okay, just you people remember sometimes 53 or sometimes in the 55. Okay, and simply this is the first point about the plasma membrane. Who is proposed to this plasma membrane? C. Cramer and Nageli. Both scientists are proposed this cell membrane is regarded as a plasma membrane. Here the definition: plasma membrane is a delimiting membrane and it is also have a selectivity, permeable nature. Okay, which ions are enter inside and which ions are exit from the inside of the cell. Those are all under control of this plasma membrane. That's why it have a great nature. It is a selective, permeable nature. Okay, and it also have the main function for transportation of these ions. Right now, and here it has a delimiting membrane and have a selective, permeable and also elastic in nature. That's why this plasma membrane is variation from the cell to cell. For example, here animal cell and there is a plant cell. Okay, the cell plasma membrane shows some variation when we compare with these different type of eukaryotic cells, right? And it is completely separates the medium. Okay, whatever inside of the body fluids, the cell, another cell, this cell to another cell, this plasma membrane is completely separates these both two cells. And next one, the thickness, here the size. The thickness of the plasma membrane is mentioned here, that is a minimum 75 angstroms to 100 angstroms. Right? This means a thickness of the plasma membrane is 75 angstroms to 100. And next, here the layer formation, how it is looks. Okay, Here this plasma membrane is mentioned in 3 layers. Okay, those are 2 dense layers, upper layer and inner layer. These both are performed are made up of with only protein layers, and which one is the presence in middle one? This is completely made up of with lipids. Isn't it, ma'am? Just first of all, you people listen. Then only I write in shortcut formations on the whiteboard. Right, Peter? Yeah. First of all, the definition. What is the introduction? Here, introduction is nothing but plasma membrane is also regarded as a cell membrane. This was coined by the scientists C. Kramer and Nageli in the year of 1855. Okay, this definition, plasma membrane is a delimiting membrane and a thin elastic double layer membrane, and it have a selective permeable membrane, and so it is also separates. And the main function of this plasma membrane is the transportation of the ions, and it is varies from one cell to another cell. Okay, this is just simple introduction about the plasma membrane. And what is the thickness of plasma membrane? Here the thickness of plasma membrane, is 75 angstroms to 100 angstroms. This is mainly made up of with plasma membrane is composed with the 3 layers. Those 3 layers. The first one, a dense inner outer dense layer. Right now, a outer dense layer and a inner dense layer and a middle layer, which is between laying of these, a middle layer between these two protein layers. That's why this middle layer is mostly made up of with lipids. Here these both outer and inner layers are made with proteins. And what are the angstroms here performed here? This is 20 angstroms and it is also 20 angstroms. And where the middle layer, this middle layer is performed here 35 angstroms. Total 75 angstroms. Right now, this is the thickness of the plasma membrane. And next one, the chemical composition. What is that? Chemical composition. Right. Basically, the chemical composition is most important to do the functions by the plasma membrane. Okay, if what the inside of the nature they have, they can perform such a type of functions. X is the area, isn't it now? For example, here the secretory cells is there. Example, Golgi, lysosomes. Their main function is also with secretions, right? And here the respiration, cell respiration occurs with the enzymes of these Krebs, okay, pyridase and so and so, ATPase enzymes. These enzymes are available in the inside of the mitochondria, especially in the special formation. Those are crystal. Those are one. Please, you may follow me. Yeah, right. And next is the chemical composition of the plasma membrane. Plasma membrane. Right. What are the chemical compositions? How the plasma membrane is made? Yeah, most of the plasma membrane is made up of these phospholipids and proteins. Here, proteins are occupies. Proteins are occupies the 50% of the volume of plasma membrane, and the remaining the lipids. Lipids are occupies the 20 to 30 or 35% of the layers which are made up of inside this plasma membrane. Those are the lipids, especially phospholipids. Phospholipids. And here the phosphoproteins. Phosphoproteins. Right now, and a little amount are a small amount of carbohydrates. Small amounts of carbohydrates. That is the carbons, carbohydrates. Those are also present inside the forming of these minimum 5 to 10% unless what it said right here. Yeah, it's okay. This much of formation, chemical composition is present inside of this plasma membrane. Here, the lipids, these lipids have a special type of sphingolipids and cholesterol formations are also present. Okay, the nature of these lipids are mainly in amphi. Okay, ma, that is amphipathic nature. These lipids are consist as amphipathic nature. Right, what it means, and here the amphipathic natures. Here the two type of lipids they are found here, hydrophobic and hydrophilic. Hydrophilic nature and hydrophobic nature. Phobic nature. Right, ma? Here have an region and two tails. This is hydrophilic. Hydrophilic means which the lipids shows the most favorable actions to the water molecules. And hydrophobic. Phobic means a fear. They don't contact with or any connections with these water molecules. These tail type regions are present inside, and these outer egg-like structures are attached with the protein layers. Right, ma? And here, these are here the glucoses. They especially these glucose and fructose and simple galactoses are involved here. And next one, the structure of plasma membrane. Is it clear, ma? Introduction, a definition, and the thickness of the plasma membrane and chemical composition of the plasma membrane. Now let us discuss about the structure of the plasma membrane. Here, the structure of the plasma membrane. Structure of the plasma membrane is clear. Okay, that is simply it is made up of with phospholipids and protein content, and next one is carbohydrates. Right? Here the phospholipids. So many scientists are do so many experiments to in the nature of this plasma membrane. That's why there are lot of theories are proposed by them. But worldwide, in only some theories are accepted. Those are simply, the first one is bilayer model. Bilayer unit membrane model. And second one, bilayer membrane model, and second one, unit membrane model. It is also known as trilaminar model. And the third one here, fluid mosaic model. Right? These three models are most important, and the last one is only proof itself. That's why it is widely accepted. Okay, now this model is accepted by the scientists worldwide. Right? This is the first one, lipid bilayer model or bilayer membrane model. Lipid bilayer model or bilayer membrane model is coined by the scientist Daniel Lee Davison. year of 1935, in the year of 1935, these two scientists are proposed the first membrane theory or the model, that is lipid bilayer model, or simply called it is as a lipid bilayer model or bilayer membrane model. Okay, just and next one, later we will discuss these models. Okay, and first we discuss about this bilayer lipid membrane model. Okay, here the lipid bilayer model is proposed by Danieli and Davidson in the year of 1935, and this is mainly the central core of the lipids. Right now, it is according to this theory, the central core of lipids. Okay, the central core of by double layers. Okay, these double layers, central core of double layer of phospholipids, both are sandwiched between the layers. Phospholipids sandwiched between the outer and inner layers of proteins. Right now, isn't it? That's why this will become as a bilayer structure. For example, I will draw the simple diagram about these. These are the protein membranes. Okay, and here we draw the right now, this like these are the phospholipids. These are the phospholipids, and this is the protein layer. Here all phospholipids are get together and to form a cycle-like manner. Okay. Right. Here their angstroms will be mentioned. That is 20 and 20, and in between of these, this is 35. In between of this is a 35. These are the protein, and this is the phospholipid layer. Right now, yes, these are the hydrophilic nature. These are the hydrophobic natures. Right. And here there is a protein, and this is also protein layers. This is mentioned as a single, and here also be maintained in single plus single, double bilayer membrane model, and a sandwich membrane model. It is also known. Why? Because their two lipid layers are combined by each other and forming looks like a single. That's why it is known as a bilayer model, lipid bilayer model. Right? But it is not accepted by the scientists. It is rejected. This theory was rejected by the scientists. Why? Because they can't show any biological evidences or references. Okay. And next one is unit membrane model. Is it clear now? Right? Here you people must remember only that the plasma membrane is made up of 3 layers. 2 are the dense outer and inner layers. These are mostly made up of with proteins. And another one which is lay in the middle one, this is made up of with phospholipids, phosphoglycerals. Right now, here lipids play an important role, and proteins also consist at more than 50%. Right? And next one is unit membrane model. Is it clear? I wrote that side. Unit membrane model. Also known as trilaminar model. Why? Because tri means here protein and the inner side protein, and middle of these 2 layers are looking only one. Totally 1, 2, 3 types. They are looking outside when we give a section cutting of this plasma membrane. example, here a cell. This is a cell. This cell, we are cutting up these side pieces. Okay, and when we microscopic examination of these layers, we are just observing the 3 layers. Okay, here simply the structure is shown here. Very simple structure. What is the main difference between these and these? You people must observing that. Okay. Here the phospholipids is there, but these phospholipids are both are fused to form a single middle layer. Okay, this like manner. Here also the same 20, and here 35, 75. Okay, this is a protein outer dense layer, and here protein inner dense layer. Right, ma? Here the lipids. Who proposed this unit membrane model? Yeah, this unit membrane model is proposed by Robertson in the year of 1950. Unit membrane model is proposed by Robertson, the year of 1950. Here 1935. Who are the proposed this first theory? Dandeli and Davidson. Unit membrane model is proposed by David Robertson in the year of 1950. Okay. Here the most important or nothing else. Sorry, this is not. Just you people remember that unit membrane model. According to this model, here they can propose this the scientists. The upper and inner sides of the layers both are separate, and where the phospholipid layers are present, which are in middle layer, these are fused to form a single. Total, there when we observe in this microscopic examination, that looks like in 3 layers manners. That's why it is also known as trilaminar leaf model. Trilaminar leaf model. Okay, ma'am. This lipid layer is hydrophobic in nature. The protein layers are osmotic nature. Right? Proteins are the osmotic in nature, and these are the hydrophobic in nature. That's why this is also rejected by the scientists. It is also not accepted. Okay, and next the most important fluid mosaic model. This is worldwide accepted, and it is also give a references by the biologically, right? That's why it is accepted. Okay, who was proposed this fluid mosaic model? Nageli? Amma? Huh? No. Yes, just let me see. Most important fluid mosaic model. It is proposed by S.J. Singer and Nicholson in the year of 1972. In the year of 1972, these two scientists are proposed this theory, fluid mosaic model. This is mostly accepted, right, ma'am? And here, according to this model, the lipid layers are in the core of the membrane. Lipid layers, according to this theory, core, which is the center core of this theory, there is a core of lipid layers. Lipid layer. Simply you people must remember. Here I am drawing the diagram. The diagram is expressed you people neatly. Okay. already known about this model in your inter classes, right? Why did I make up like this? Time is very okay. Here the hydrophilic nature of head regions of the phospholipid layers. These phospholipid layers are arranged in a linear manner, and next here inside it's also okay, and in between of these two here presence of some different type of proteins. Those proteins are known as floating. Just they are iceberg like models. Okay, this is a protein. This protein is floating on the water. That's like an icebergs. Okay, these are the protein models. Here also integral proteins is there. Integral proteins means which are helpful to transports of the ions. And here the tail regions is there, right now, which are connected in this side. Which are connected the inside. I really make up with these. Right, these are the protein in icing model. Okay, these like of proteins are present here. Some are the lipid layers. I simply draw here the lipids. This is the membranes. Okay, these are the linear model of the tail. No, okay, and in between of these some. I draw this red color lipid line structures. These are sphingolipids. In the sphingolipids, here the special type of structures is there. These are forming as an cholesterols. Where the sphingolipids are present, then the automatically follows the cholesterols. Right, ma? Cholesterols and sphingolipids are especially these are useful to signaling, and also sequencing. Right? These are the normal. Inside it also, and just to draw the outer side, and the inner side of the cell is also present this side, right? Here also, when we are just looking these phospholipid layers, these are in a simple manner. But when we are observing these sphingolipids are a dancing layer, right? Here the model is expressed as that is the both layers, the phospholipid layers, which are having a hydrophilic nature. This hydrophilic nature is closely contact with the protein layers. Proteins, or they are penetrated into the proteins, and where this region is hydrophobic nature. That's why this is completely separate or far away from the nature. And here the important proteins which are present on the outer side, those are known as extrinsic proteins. Which are present inside of the proteins, these are known as intrinsic proteins. Extrinsic and intrinsic proteins. Here we have a special type of motivations in that is the floating. Whether these proteins, integral proteins, okay, integer proteins. These proteins are useful to transportations. And here the membrane 20, and here also 20. In between of these 35 angstroms, right? This is the outer cytoplasm. This is the inner cytoplasm. This is the most important model, that is fluid mosaic model. What is the functions of the plasma membrane? Plasma membrane main function is to give any mechanical supports to the cell, and it is also do the function of transportation, which are the selective ions is there. Those ions are enter inside when they are needed the cell plasm, that is nothing but cytoplasm. When it wants to need it, the outside of the ions are slowly enter into inside. Okay ma. And next it's a have an elastic nature. This plasma membrane is completely separates the outside of the another cell. And next one, it gives some important functions, that is transportation, respirations, active transportation is most important. Another one is endocytosis, exocytosis. In that endocytosis, it is nothing but cell eating. Here, cell eating means when we are observing the amoeba, it's having a pseudopodia. If nearby any eating or a food substances is there, it engulfing with their pseudopodia and mix inside. That's why this is the endocytosis. In the endocytosis, we have another two important process, that is pinaco. Okay, no? Endocytosis, exocytosis, and another one is chemoprasis. Chemoprasis. In the chemoprasis means when ions are entered inside, they do not any changes and they can eliminated by the cell membrane. It means there is no changes or occurs when it enters and exit. This is known as cytoplasms. These are the main functions of plasma membrane. Okay. Thank you students. Have a good day.